Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Gaming Spinosaurus, and today I'm here with another video. Today's a Star Wars video to celebrate International Star Wars Day, the 1 year anniversary of Clone Wars, the last episode of Clone Wars even, and the first episode of Bad Batch dropping today. I've decided that I would take a look back and rank my top 10 favourite Clone Wars arcs. I am under the firm belief that Clone Wars was one of the best animated shows out there, and I want to show some love for it. I want to show some more love to the show that deserves all the love in the world. Dave Filoni, you're great. Yeah, so let's get into the ranking. Ranked as my 10th favourite Clone Wars arc is Obi-Wan Undercover. This arc was a season 4 arc that spanned 4 episodes, episode 15, 16, 17 and 18. I really thought this arc was neat, as we got to see a side of Obi-Wan we never really get to see, especially his resourcefulness without his lightsaber and his pure skill and smarts, especially with the Force. The first episode, unlike most prequel, including a fake-out death of a character we know survives the events of the prequel, very promptly revealed to the audience that the character was alive. In this case, the reveal to the audience that Obi-Wan didn't die. But we still got to see the raw reactions of the death of the main character, of the characters around him, such as like Anakin, Ahsoka. I really wish you got to see Cody's reaction. I love Cody so much. I like Cad Bane's character, as Cad Bane is always fun. Cad Bane is always so much fun. I also like the final episode with the confrontation between Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku. This back and forth between the opposing sides and the actual fluidity and choreography of the fight was really neat. But I really wish this was the last final confrontation between Anakin and Dooku throughout the Clone Wars, because there is one later in the series when Anakin and Obi-Wan want to find out more about the Jedi who, made the clones and ordered the clones. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, to be honest. Overall, I really liked this arc because it showed sides of a well-known character that we never really saw before. My 9th favourite Clone Wars arc was the Domino Squad arc. This is kind of an arc. I kind of call it an arc. I don't know if it's officially an arc, but it's a season 1 and 3 spanning 3 episodes. Season 1 episode 5, Season 3 episode 1 and 2. The small snapshot of the Domino Squad story we see throughout this arc is so tragic. In the first episode of this makeshift arc, all but 2 of the Domino Squad members were killed, those surviving being Fives and Echo, showing us quite brutally how many casualties there are of war, but also having one of the coolest scenes in Clone Wars, that being when Hevy says, "I don't take prisoners." To this day, I still get chills when he sacrifices himself to save Kamino, his home. The second episode is a flashback origin to the Domino Squad's creation, how they got their names, and the introduction of 99. This really, really, really does add to the sadness we feel when they first die in season 1, episode 5, all rookies. That's still like one of the best episodes of Clone Wars there is. And then in the 3rd episode, we see an invasion of Kamino stopped and the heartbreaking death of 99. Still to this day, he deserves so much better. But the episode ends on a positive note, with Echo and Fives being promoted to ARC Troopers, where they truly deserve to be. Overall, this group of episodes, while being surprisingly different, tell a tragic tale of the Domino Squad, one that still makes me sad to this day. My 8th favourite Clone Wars arc is the Mortis arc. This arc was a season 3 arc that spanned 3 episodes, episodes 16, 17 and 18. These episodes tell the tale of Obi-Wan, Ahsoka and Anakin's journey around Mortis. They introduced 3 characters that I'd say changed the course of Star Wars history. The son representing the dark side of the Force, the daughter representing the light side of the Force, and the father representing the balance of the Force. These three characters show us without a doubt that Anakin was the chosen one, as he could control both the son and the daughter. That's what was meant by him bringing balance to the Force, him being able to control these godlike Force beings. I like the visions our three main characters have, including the return of Qui-Gon Jinn, the view snapshot of older Ahsoka, and I loved how Anakin learned that he became Vader and immediately wanted to stop it. It's kind of sad. It is really sad that, Anakin learns that he's going to, he learns his future, learns the pain that he's going to feel, and wants to do everything in his power to stop it, but yet it still happens. I also kind of find that, all the deaths of the three Force gods quite sad. I guess the son not so much, because he was a bit of a dick. But overall, these three episodes tell an interesting and more spiritual story surrounding the Force, and really flesh out our main characters even more. My seventh favourite Clone Wars arc is Maul's Return. This arc was a Season 4 and 5 arc that spanned 3 episodes. Season 4 episode 21 and 22, and Season 5 episode 1. This was such a cool string of episodes that showed us the pure willpower and strength of Maul. How he literally survived death because of his anger towards Obi-Wan. He literally was so angry that he couldn't die. He had to have his revenge. They also show his malice and evil and why he is a Sith. The line, murder, slaughter of innocents mercilessly and without compromise, that's a cool as hell line. It shows how brutal he is. I also quite like Savage's character, how he's this monster. He's like this raging monster, while Maul, still having that rage, is this more calm, collected, and intellectual character. I really like these episodes because they flesh out a character used and underutilized, showing him to be a real threat and menace to the Jedi. Additionally, they also kill off Adi Galea, who was actually a Jedi who never appeared in the movies, but appeared quite a lot in the Clone Wars series, which was a bit sad, yeah. Overall, really good reintroduction and fleshing out of Maul's character. My sixth favourite Clone Wars arc is Citadel. This is Citadel arc. This arc took place in Season 3 and spanned 3 episodes. Episode 18, 19 and 20. This was such a sad string of episodes. A bitter string of episodes, that's the right word. At the saddening and heartbreaking death of Echo, the shot of his helmet just tumbling to the floor, still to this day, is incredible. Who did later turn out to only have been captured by the Separatists, but the fact that he was basically tortured by them somehow even hardens the blow, because he didn't die, he got tortured constantly for months on end. As well, this arc also saw the death of Evan Peel, whose death allowed Ahsoka to mature more, as suddenly she was vital to this mission. I think this was a big step in Ahsoka's character and character arc, as she had to take responsibility for something as important as the hyperspace lanes that could turn the tide of the war and allow the Separatists to invade Coruscant, which they do eventually. But overall, the Citadel itself is this really cool and eerie place, which was originally a Jedi thing to, place other Jedi in, and where I think Pong Krell would have gone if Dogma hadn't rightfully killed him. But we'll get onto that. Overall, I love these episodes as they had a much darker tone and really showed how incredible Clone Wars could be. My fifth favourite arc was the Conspiracy arc. This was a Season 6 arc that spanned 4 episodes. Episode 1, 2, 3 and 4 of Season 6. This arc culminated in the incredibly saddening death of Fives. I think that Fives' death was so powerful. The fact that he was on the verge of revealing Order 66 before it happened, saving all his clone brothers and countless Jedi and stopping the Empire from ever being spawned, just adds fuel to the fire and is just a massive gut punch. And a further punch to the gut is the fact that it was a clone who killed him. One of his own brothers. I will never forgive Fox for that. I don't care. I'll never forgive him. He killed Fives. I know he was following orders, but the whole point of this show was to show how clones are their own people and they don't have to follow orders. That's what makes them better than the battle droids. I think this episode, this arc, fleshed out Order 66 and how it happened a lot more with the whole inhibitorship thing. Overall, these episodes peak with the final incredibly emotional scene of Fives' death and Rex cradling Fives. But that doesn't mean the rest of these episodes are bad. They're absolutely amazing, and they're this incredible mystery story that is genuinely quite compelling. Even though I know what happens, it's still quite a compelling story, and reveals why the clones are really unique. My fourth favourite Clone Wars arc is Ahsoka's departing from the Jedi Order. This arc was a Season 5 arc that spanned 4 episodes, 17, 18, 19 and 20. It is the culmination of Ahsoka's character, the character who, in my opinion, evolves the most throughout the 5 seasons of the Clone Wars that she had appeared in by that point. Ahsoka walking away from the Jedi Order shows how she has grown, because she is finally able to take responsibility and realise that being a Jedi is the wrong path for her. I also like how it's Barriss who's the one who kind of ends up blowing up the temple, and because she's disillusioned with the council and believes that they are violent and wrong a lot of the time. But she blames Ahsoka, someone who, well, we all thought was her friend. It's a gut punch. I've said that a lot, but this show is like one big gut punch because it has so many sad moments. And there's also fleshes out Anakin's disillusionment with the Jedi Council, because he believes that the reason Ahsoka left was the Council, when she realised that the Jedi Order just wasn't for her. Overall, this is a powerful arc that I believe is the culmination of Ahsoka's character in this series. That's her arc done. She's grown from this arrogant, brash child to this mature person who's able to take responsibility and know when things aren't right. My third favourite Clone Wars arc of all time is Mauls Invasion of Mandalore. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know what the actual arc's name is. This arc occurred in Season 5 and spanned 3 episodes, episode 14, 15 and 16. This shows us how menacing Maul is, as well as why Obi-Wan is the best Jedi ever. Maul's menacingness is easily shown because he manages to plot to take over Mandalore, tactically using the crime syndicates. And I just think that's brilliant. It's a stroke of genius from him. And it shows why Obi-Wan's the best Jedi. Because even though the person he loved the most died, he doesn't allow himself to give into the darkness. Even though it's like Maul who killed him, someone who'd already taken his master from him. Speaking of the person Obi-Wan loved the most, Satine's death is powerful. It's somewhat beautiful as well, but still so incredibly sad. It really is. Satine was a really nice character. She was really lovely, and her death is sad. As what Pre-Vizsla's death is so cool, as the duel between Maul and Vizsla is incredible, and I love how balanced the duel is and how tense it is. And then his final line, "The strongest shall rule," as Maul straight up beheads him with the Darksaber. That is so cool. Overall, I love this arc as it fleshes out Obi-Wan and sets up the Siege of Mandalore. My second favourite Clone Wars arc is the Siege of Mandalore. This arc was the Season 7 arc that spanned 4 episodes, episode 9, 10, 11 and 12. I'd say this was the best way they could have possibly concluded the Clone Wars. It was such a powerful way to end it. And I loved how it ended on the same planet that Jango Fett was approached to become the template of the clones. I also really like how Fives' sacrifice in season 6 wasn't made obsolete. He's the one who saved Ahsoka and Rex, which I think that's really nice, and it gives Fives' death a bit of a tint of hope to it. And overall, this is just such a great string of episodes. It links directly into Revenge of the Sith. It has a great opening and a lovely final goodbye between Ahsoka and Anakin, because the next time they see each other, it's Vader and Ahsoka. And I just can't fault this arc. I cannot fault it. The choreography between Ahsoka and Maul's fight is just borderline stunning. It's not borderline stunning, it is stunning. It's as good as the movies. The opening to the arc is just so hopeful and I love it. I just can't put into words how much I love the Siege of Mandalore arc. You got the returning of Ahsoka's lightsabers and her first actual using them in like a year, I think. I don't know the timeline of the Clone Wars very well. I really should know it like the back of my head. There's Rex, who survives, which I think is very sad. There's Jesse's death. That's heartbreaking. I know that's heartbreaking for Josh as well. It's fine, Josh. You can cry now. I'm laughing to hide the pain of Jesse's death. It still stings to this day. But overall, I think I can't fault this. I genuinely can't find a single fault with this. Writing is on point. Music is on point. Acting is on point. Every animation is on point. Squared. Everything about this is perfect. So you may be asking, why isn't this first then? Because the next arc, I think, is perfection plus. It makes perfection look bad. My favourite arc in Clone Wars is the Umbra arc. The Umbra arc is perfection squared. It's perfection plus. It's a season 4 arc. It spanned 4 episodes, those being episode 7, 8, 9 and 10. These 4 episodes are some of the best things to come out of Star Wars ever. Straight up. The same with Siege of Mandalore. Same with any of these, to be honest. But especially this one. It really gives us an insight into the clones. Shows us why they are so good. Rex is a standout character. You have the emotional pull on heartstrings moment when you realise that the 212th and the 501st are firing on their own troops. That's dark as hell. And then you have Pong Krell, arguably one of the best villains in Clone Wars. He's so hateable, he's so unlikable, he's such a massive prick that it's incredible that he's been able to be written that evil, that hateable. But it still makes sense that he was a Jedi. You can tell he's fallen. He thinks himself best and he's so arrogant towards the clones, despite the fact that the clones are so amazing. Hardcase's death was incredible. It turned the tide of the war. I can't fault these episodes. There is not a single thing I think is bad. I like the lack of music during these intense war bits. I like how heavy on assaulting the Umbarans are towards the clones. There's not really much epic music during the battles because it really shows the dark side of the fights. I like Anakin. I like how it shows that Anakin is a great leader of the 501st because he's always leading from the front, not Pong Krell leading from the back. He's always understands his men. He understands that these clones are people. Rex is an incredible character. I like how he wasn't the one to kill Pong Krell. That wouldn't have made sense. It was Dogma, the person who always followed orders to a T, realizing that he was manipulated by this man, snaps and kills him. I think that works so well. I just think this episode is perfect and such a fitting Clone Wars arc. it shows just the quality of the show, that something as good as the Umbra arc can come from this. Especially when it started as rough as the Clone Wars movie. So yeah, that's been the video. If you liked it, please do smash like. Subscribe for more content. If you do subscribe, be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload. I've been the Games Biosaurus. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. May the 4th be with you guys. In a bit.